Yo guys, Beast, back with some more beastly content. Today we're going to be doing a guide on the easiest way to reach level 50 in phase 1 in Once Human Way of Winter. So first things first, we're doing Paradise Lost here, but that's not actually going to be the XP farm. I just recommend this for like level 20 to 24. It's a nice XP farm and you can reload it just by going to a teleport tower and changing worlds, and you can kind of run through all the worlds of it, so you can do it like 6 times in a row if you're quick enough, because everyone else is also doing it. So on to the actual XP farm I'm trying to tell you about. So all you're going to need to do is unlock the electric furnace mimetic in the mimetics page. You're also going to want to unlock the solar panel generator. You're also going to need the whole like circuit module, whatever the name of that mimetic is, unlocked so that you can actually place a switch and connect all these to a switch so that you can turn them off if you don't actually want to be using them. But what we're going to be doing here today is actually just going to be doing a tin furnace array, and then we're going to be taking logs and smelting it into charcoal. And the reason why we're going to be doing this is because every single 99 stack of charcoal smelted will be giving you 89 XP. 89 times 5 is like a 445 or 450, something like that, XP per collection of it. So what that turns into is 450 times 10, making 4,500 XP per 25,000 logs. That's how many logs it's going to take to fill up every single 10 arrays of the furnaces. So in order to make these, you're actually going to need standard parts. Now, the best place to actually farm standard parts in Way of Winter by far is the Wishland. The Wishland is just huge, massive area with a ton of storage containers. Also, another thing to mention about Wishland is at a certain position in it, there are just a ton of these like yellow waste cans, you know, that are usually in the silos, and there's a ton of them all back to back to back. All of those are containing materials that can drop standard parts. I did like a mid-portional run and got 90 standard parts. That was enough to go ahead and finish the array off. I think you're also going to need electronic parts, but I'm thinking we got a decent amount of electronic parts from here. I didn't actually transfer in any electronic parts from the previous season or anything, so there's no way that I had the electronic parts from anywhere else. So I'm thinking it had to be from Wishland as well. So this was not only electronic parts, but a standard parts farm. So standard parts and the electronic parts you're going to need for the furnaces taken out of the way. The only things left you're going to need actually are going to be steel ingots and copper ingots. You're going to need a bunch of these, so you're actually going to want to go ahead and find specific areas. One area I'm actually going to go ahead and mention for copper is going to be just outside of the Paradise Lost event area. Is a ton of copper resources to harvest. There also is some iron ores there, though I wouldn't really be doing my iron or steel harvesting here. I would actually go to like the whatever bone it is settlement area and go just outside of there, and there's a decent amount of iron. Hop on your motorcycle and drive around. We are going to be taking a look at my iron farm that I suggest for you to do when you're making these arrays here in a moment. But for now, this is just a quick little like harvest and collection sort of thing here. I think we just leveled up, or if we didn't level up, we're going to level up soon. But what we're doing here actually, and here we go, this is going to be just filling the stove here. So the other thing about making all this charcoal is, one, you can use charcoal for helium. It takes 20 charcoal to make helium with a thermium rock, of course. So what I wanted to go ahead and test out is just how long the operation time could get up to. And I'm actually tempted to try and make a furnace where that will operate for the entirety of the season, that I never have to turn off. And then after that, I might even just go ahead and make it to where I have furnaces all through my base, so my entire base is constantly heated, and I'm going to be able to have so much charcoal that I'll just be able to have operation time the full length of the season, guys. I mean, this is just a crazy way to get XP. It's literally like 10 minutes to collect 25,000 logs, and it's only 10 of the electric furnace arrays. It only took me like an hour to get the materials farmed up to make both the solar panels and the electric furnaces that you are going to need to be making here to do this farm. And then the logs, it's just an absolute breeze. And as you can see here, that's 82 from the Wishland farm. We finally actually, collected from those. 82 standard parts there, and it was no longer near a full farm. Also there, yeah, 37 electronic parts. So we got most of our electronic parts we needed to. So this is the area I was talking about earlier where I had the best luck farming iron ores. And iron ores are those brown looking ones there. The goldish ones are copper. You could technically be doing your copper farming here too, because it does have a decent amount of copper. But the iron one's kind of more, I'm not going to say it's a rare ore in this, but like in the previous seasons, we had Ironside River where we went to farm our iron and we were good because it was Ironside River, it's where you farmed iron. But in this season / scenario, there's no real place named Ironland. So iron's just a bit more of a rare resource. It seems like there's every single ore in every single area. It's like it's all a high-end area or something. So you just kind of got to drive around on your motorcycle just outside of like something. It's either Wishbone or something like that. I think I opened the map and show it here in just a second after what we're doing here. And as you can see, we're also collecting from cars, and that just gives us extra fuel, as well as you can get materials that will create standard parts in the trunks of cars. I believe it's standard parts, so it's either that or something else. But as you can see here, this area was pretty decent for gravel. We were able to easily get up to like a couple thousand gravel ore, which is more than enough to make all of the furnaces that we were needing. Super duper easily here, and as you can see here right on the map, just outside of Whalebone, not Wishbone, guys. The Whalebone settlement area, just outside of it where we were on the map. Go pause the video if you need to see exactly where. There's a ton of iron ores. You just gotta drive around on your motorcycle to get them. Just outside of Paradise Lost to Fin area, there's a pretty good amount of copper there. You can easily do all your copper farming there, and bada bing, bada boom, 10 furnaces later and 4 solar panels, you're going to have yourself this array. Then all you got to need to do is go farm the logs and make yourself the charcoal. If you brought yourself the advanced chainsaw, you will be getting these logs no problem. I'm sure the tungsten axe isn't too terrible to do this farm with. However, it would be better if you had a chainsaw. And if nothing else, in phase 1, you can actually unlock the pneumatic to make a chainsaw so that you can cut down trees as efficiently as possible and gather as many logs as you can. Now, I do actually have a recommended location to go farm these logs. This location, I was able to farm 25,000 logs in roughly 10 minutes, guys. So this is a 10-minute 25,000 farm, so that means it's 10 minutes to farm the 4.5k XP. So that means in an hour, you are going to get 6 times 4.5k from a 10 furnace array. Another thing to note on, if it was a 20 furnace array, you would be getting about 9,000 XP from a 20 furnace array. Since I have an alt, I'm going to be building a 10 furnace array on my alt as well. That will allow me to go out and collect 50,000 of these logs and then smelt them down for 9,000 XP every 10 minutes. That means that in an hour, I can get roughly 50 to 60,000 XP, so for a 10 furnace array setup, it's probably going to be about, 20 or 30,000 XP an hour from this, guys. Super duper good way of leveling up, and literally all you have to do is go collect logs here, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and open our map here, and you see this teleport tower just outside of, you see that little square there? That is the project, or the Paradise Lost event area. This teleport tower right here, there's actually a forest just beside it that you can go harvest and then go back to the tower, change worlds, harvest it again, and go back to the tower. You can also just kind of walk around here and harvest logs here. There's just a ton of trees around here, even out from where we're just collecting and going to the tower. However, I like to set up like a defined area where I collect trees from and then go back to the tower and reload all of them, because otherwise it can just kind of get slow. And if you go too far into these woods, I will warn you that you will be getting attacked by boars if you go too far out trying to collect these logs. So I do recommend for you to stay close to the teleport tower, collect the logs that are nearby the teleport tower, go back to the teleport tower, change worlds, and do it again. It's just the most efficient way to do it, and it will keep you from getting eaten by the boars, because these boars are just, they're a nightmare, and it's just so annoying to have to stop and shoot boars no matter what. Even if you can't kill them, I know you can kill them, I can kill them, your deviation can kill them. So what, just stay closer to the teleport tower, collect the logs near the teleport tower, and you will be getting to your 25,000 logs no problem, literally within 10 minutes in this area here. There might be a better log farming location. I'm not claiming this to be the best one. However, I am telling you that it is the fastest one I have found in Way of Winter so far to be getting 25,000 logs so that you can get yourself that nice, tasty 4.5k XP every single, it's like 8 minutes for the smelt to happen. Now, another thing I thought about doing was just getting some canned seafood oil and going absolutely mad on the logging, maybe trying to get like 100, 200, 300,000 logs. That way you could just, divide that by 25. then you would know roughly exactly how much XP you have worth of logs collected. But literally, you can get to level 50 doing this, no problem. I'm going to be using it to do at least level 30, maybe even helping me with level 40. I might like still use this array. And I can also use this array to make like large amounts of chaos seam in the future once I'm actually working on that. As you can see, level 28 there. I think I'm like level, once again, 31 now after the video's over. I kept doing the farm. I mean, once you start doing this farm, you're like, I don't want to stop. I'm just going to go harvest some more logs. I literally don't have to do anything but harvest logs, and I am leveling up so nice. Another thing to mention is you can level up your alt super easy by doing this, just by allowing them to use this furnace array and handing them a chainsaw that you craft. But I am out. See yous. Keep it beast mode.